Guns N' Roses is an American hard rock band formed in Los Angeles, in 1985. The classic lineup as signed to Geffen Records in 1986 consisted of vocalist Axl Rose, lead guitarist/rhythm guitarist Izzy Stradlin, bassist Duff McKagan, and drummer Steven Adler. Morphine was an American alternative rock group formed by Mark Sandman, Dana Colley, and Jerome Dubry in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1989. After 5 successful albums and extensive touring, they disbanded in 1999 after frontman Sandman died of a heart attack. The Doors were an American rock band formed in 1965 in Los Angeles, with vocalist Jim Morrison, keyboardist Ray Manzarek, drummer John Densmore and guitarist Robbie Krieger. The band took its name from the title of Aldous Huxley's book The Doors of Perception, which itself was a reference to a William Blake quote, "If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite." Jane's Addiction is an American rock band from Los Angeles, California, formed in 1985. The band consists of Perry Farrell, Dave Navarro, Stephen Perkins and Chris Chaney. Founded by Farrell and bass guitarist Eric Avery, following the disintegration of Farrell's previous band Psycom, Jane's Addiction was one of the first bands from the early 1990s alternative rock movement to gain both mainstream media attention and commercial success in the United States. Social Distortion, sometimes referred to simply as Social D or SXDX, is an American punk rock band formed in 1978 in Fullerton, California. The band currently consists of Mike Ness, vocals, guitars, Johnny Wickersham, guitars, Brent Harding, bass, and Scott Reeder, drums. The Cure are an English rock band formed in Crawley, West Sussex, in 1976. The band has experienced several lineup changes, with vocalist, guitarist and principal songwriter Robert Smith being the only constant member. IC/DC are an Australian hard rock band, formed in November 1973 by brothers Malcolm and Angus Young, who continued as members until Malcolm's illness and departure in 2014. Commonly referred to as a hard rock or blues rock band, they are also considered pioneers of heavy metal and are sometimes classified as such, though they have always dubbed their music as simply rock and roll. Dolly Rebecca Parton is an American singer-songwriter, instrumentalist, actress, author, and philanthropist, known primarily for her work in country music. Her career began as a child performer on the radio, then recording a few singles from the age of 13. Johnny Cash was a singer-songwriter, actor, and author, widely considered one of the most influential American musicians of the 20th century. Although primarily remembered as a country music icon, his genre-spanning songs and sound embraced rock and roll, rockabilly, blues, folk, and gospel. Queen are a British rock band formed in London in 1970, originally consisting of Freddie Mercury, Brian May, John Deacon, and Roger Taylor. Queen's earliest works were influenced by progressive rock, hard rock and heavy metal, but the band gradually ventured into more conventional and radio-friendly works by incorporating further styles, such as arena rock and pop rock, into their music. Willie Hugh Nelson is an American singer-songwriter, musician, guitarist, author, poet, actor, and activist. The critical success of the album Shotgun Willie, combined with the critical and commercial success of Red-Headed Stranger and Stardust, made Nelson one of the most recognized artists in country music. James Marshall Jimi Hendrix was an American guitarist, singer, and songwriter. Although his mainstream career spanned only 4 years, he is widely regarded as one of the most influential electric guitarists in the history of popular music, and one of the most celebrated musicians of the 20th century. Led Zeppelin were an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The group consisted of guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, bassist and keyboardist John Paul Jones, and drummer John Bonham. The band's heavy, guitar-driven sound, rooted in blues and psychedelia on their early albums, has earned them recognition as one of the progenitors of heavy metal, though their unique style drew from a wide variety of influences, including folk music. Samuel Sam Cooke was an American recording artist and singer-songwriter, generally considered among the greatest of all time. Influential as both a singer and composer, he is commonly known as the King of Soul for his distinctive vocals and importance within popular music. Bruce Frederick Joseph Springsteen is an American singer-songwriter, guitarist and humanitarian. He is best known for his work with his E Street Band. Nicknamed the Boss, Springsteen is widely known for his brand of poetic lyrics, Americana working class, sometimes political sentiments centered on his native New Jersey, and his lengthy and energetic stage performances, with concerts from the 1970s to the present decade running over 3 hours in length. Sinead Bernadette O'Connor is an Irish singer-songwriter who rose to fame in the late 1980s with her debut album The Lion and the Cobra. O'Connor achieved worldwide success in 1990 with a new arrangement of Prince's song Nothing Compares to You. The Pogues are a Celtic punk band from London, formed in 1982 and fronted by Shane MacGowan. The band reached international prominence in the 1980s and early 1990s. MacGowan left the band in 1991 due to drinking problems, but the band continued first with Joe Strummer and then with Spider Stacy on vocals before breaking up in 1996. U2 are an Irish rock band from Dublin. Formed in 1976, the group consists of Bono, The Edge, Adam Clayton, and Larry Mullen Jr. U2's early sound was rooted in post-punk but eventually grew to incorporate influences from many genres of popular music. Nina Simone was an American singer, songwriter, pianist, arranger, and civil rights activist. She worked in a broad range of musical styles including classical, jazz, blues, folk, R&B, gospel, and pop. The sixth child of a preacher's family in North Carolina, Simone aspired to be a concert pianist. Marshall Bruce Mathers III, better known by his stage name Eminem, is an American rapper, record producer, songwriter, and actor. In addition to his solo career, he is a member of the group D12, as well as one half of the hip-hop duo Bad Meets Evil. Virginia Patterson Hensley, known professionally as Patsy Cline, was an American singer. Part of the early 1960s Nashville sound, Cline successfully crossed over to pop music. She died at the age of 30 in a multiple fatality crash in a private plane of her manager, Randy Hughes. Janis Lyn Joplin was an American singer-songwriter who first rose to fame in the late 1960s as the lead singer of the psychedelic acid rock band Big Brother and the Holding Company, and later as a solo artist with her own backing groups, the Cosmic Blues Band and the Full Tilt Boogie Band. The Clash were an English punk rock band that formed in 1976 as part of the original wave of British punk. Along with punk, their music incorporated elements of reggae, dub, funk, and rockabilly. For most of their recording career, The Clash consisted of Joe Strummer, Mick Jones, Paul Simonon, and Nicky Topperhead. Bob Dylan is an American singer-songwriter, artist, and writer. He has been influential in popular music and culture for more than 5 decades. Much of his most celebrated work dates from the 1960s when his songs chronicled social unrest, although Dylan repudiated suggestions from journalists that he was a spokesman for his generation. The Beatles were an English rock band that formed in Liverpool in 1960. With members John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr, they became widely regarded as the greatest and most influential act of the rock era.